Okay, I don't want to dwell too much on this because but today is the final. I want to start with Jimmy. In the absence of Serena, we thought Sugapova was going to have it.
Well, unfortunately for her, she couldn't get the job done. But we have those that you could actually say they are proven to be grass court specialists, because for Petra Kvitova, what she's been able to do, a left-handed player, she never gave Eugenia Bouchard any chance at all to come to the party at all. You know, for 55 minutes, she made sure that there was no plan B for her. But when you are considering the fact that
the last set was 6-0.
It was 6-love. Was 6-love. I mean, there was no way she was ever going to come back. At some point in time, she had been accused of some things like Laura Robson, you know, maybe defriending Laura Robson on Twitter and all of those things. A lot of people said she was being ingracious. A lot of people said a lot of things about her. But I think, like Yemi said, it had to do with the, atmosphere. But Maria Sharapova would take a lot of joy from knowing that Grigor Dimitrov did very, very well in the semi-finals. Getting to the semi-finals would have been very fantastic for, Maria Sharapova. Maybe she could have, nicked this. But it's also about transition. We keep talking about transition. How easy is it for a player to transit from winning the French Open to winning the Wimbledon? It's very, very difficult. You move from clay, where it's actually slow, the courts are slow, to grass, where you've got to be very fast.
Nadal has done it twice.
Nadal might have done it, but you ask yourself these basic questions. What happened? Can it be done regularly? Do you see Nadal doing it every time? He did it in 2008, he did it in 2010. But was he able to do it this time around? You see a Nick, an 19-year-old Australian, beating him where? Where? On the grass. It's not going to be easy for you to win. That's why you look at how many grass tournaments do we have. Do you get where I'm coming from? How many grass tournaments do we have?
That is why, of course, I think the thing is not just the grass tournament, but probably the timing between.
Exactly. That was where I was headed. How many moves like
from the slowest, fastest court. I think that is basically that is what I'm seeing here.
Imagine the amount of time.
Let's come today. You were jumping before we get to the sets.
Yeah.
You were happy. You said today's your birthday.
Don't deal.
Don't deal. It's not yet the rule.
Okay, Yemi, I want to fold my arms for the next 3 minutes, and I want you guys to talk about today's final.
Okay, for me, it's good that Roger Federer has made it to the final once again. But I think
because you are able to eat your humble pie.
I think at 32, it knows that there won't be a better chance for him to increase.
After today, no more.
After today, no more. There won't be a better chance. Roger Federer, you must give it to him. This was a man that last year, people like us were calling on him to quit the game. Yeah. That he has done so well. He's the greatest tennis player of all time, no doubt about that. But once age begins to catch up with you, Roger Federer last year had a bad year. He began to tinker with racket. I think he has gotten it right now. He got Steven Edberg as coach. I think whatever Edberg has been speaking, telling him, I think that is working, because now his confidence is beginning to come up, and we have seen him in the final. If you watch him throughout this Wimbledon tournament, this particular one that he has gotten to the final, we saw that he has done so well that he has won 63% of his first set. That's a great achievement, going by what he's been able to do last year. Now he's going to play a Djokovic. They are not unfamiliar foe. They understand each other. Federer 32, Djokovic 27. You see the age difference between them. Djokovic is ranked number second in the world, while Federer is still fourth. Yes.
And both of them can progress.
And both of them can progress if they win this. But if you look at this final, the last time they met at the Wimbledon, Federer got the better of Djokovic. But if you look at it now, I think Djokovic has that edge. Talking about their physical condition, if you see the way Djokovic defeated Selic and what he did against Joe Winifred Songa in the quarterfinal had to up his game so that the gap wouldn't be too much. Federer, yes, he's done so well too, but I think against Djokovic today, Djokovic has the edge. Jimmy might think
Jimmy is waiting for you to finish. Jimmy, now over to you.
Yemi, thank you very much. I mean, the way you have gone about praising Roger Federer, the only thing is your last set of statements actually made you sound like a bad belly. But we'll leave that for now. Now, the truth is, you see a Roger Federer squared up against Novak Djokovic. You ask yourself, who has been the greatest on this surface? Roger Federer had always, at every point in time, shown that he's best. is the greatest sportsman dead or alive. I'm making it very clear. Despite the fact that a lot of people said, look, Roger, it might be time for you to retire. A lot of people might have forgotten also that this guy has done very well.
So can we
currently
bring it to
we are saying Roger Federer has shown himself 88% of wins on the grass court against a Novak that might not.
Both of them
will
both of them
not.
are champions of,
You know, Kvitova won her second Wimbledon title.
Yes.
In 2010, she won the first one.
2011.
Sorry, 2011.
Yes.
Novak won his first 10.
So
you ask yourself, maybe their boyfriend, girlfriend. Forget about that. Novak would not be doing that against. Now, okay.
So tell us how it's going to pan out.
Okay, the resilience of Novak Djokovic would always count. But you ask yourself, does he have the skill set of Roger Federer? You look at the way the semi-finals were played out. The three other semi-finalists, except Roger Federer, who stood firm on the grass courts, they were all falling. At a point in time, it was about Dimitrov and Djokovic falling on the floor, on the grass. You know, it was so funny to see because he knows he mastered the grass. He's already king of the grass, and you expect that at this point in time, maybe a four-setter would do it for him.
All right, now both of you have spoken. Let me hear from the neutral man.
If you just ask me, in as much as I believe that Federer still has one major Grand Slam before he finally call it quit, but I think today Djokovic will be too much for him. That is just because when he was even asked to define their own rivalry, he just said.
I mean, it is 18th title.
No.
It's 8 Wimbledon.
No, we are talking. No, that's about.
When was the last time you won that?
You are referring to?
There are something about the
When
past.
was the last time you won this title?
The past,
the
the
Wimbledon.
present,
2012.
and the
So what are we
future.
talking about?
2012 is not
All
far.
right, today also there will be the
2012 is not far. When last did Djokovic win a
British
title?
Grand
Yes,
Prix,
Grand Slam.
and Roseburg is on pole because I never don't stop this. They will not. They will just go
Roseburg
on.
on pole. In
Roseburg on
Hamilton's
pole.
backyard.
In Hamilton's backyard, and then I think Hamilton made an error of judgment.
Yeah.
He was supposed. He said it was wet, and then he didn't. What happened?
Well, we'll still go to the psychoanalysis of all this. I think most of the time, these drivers have a way of focusing on, instead of focusing on their own internal strengths, they start focusing on what the other person is doing. That's exactly why I think Hamilton is getting affected. He's thinking too much about Rosberg instead of looking at what he needs to get done. Because if you look at it, even Red Bull made a mistake with Ricciardo, thinking that they are, a time had already been set. They were focusing on Vettel, that he should set a time. Eventually, is second on pole. You ask yourself, in the last 14 years, what has happened? Only the 3 people on pole. So I don't even see a Rosberg winning this particular race. I actually feel an upset might come or Vettel will win. But good enough, Rosberg is leading the pack. And as is aware, it might just be a Mercedes WC to be won.
No, I think the Mercedes have already won the construction, whatever it is, because
It's Formula M now.
Each one of them, Rosberg and Hamilton alone, their individual
they have over 300 points, and the next person has 143
points of the other.
143.
Okay,
Yes.
leading by 29 points now. Do you see Hamilton catching up on him, or this is a foregone Rosberg?
No, you can't say it's gone because mathematically it's still very, very possible.
Attainable.
So, like I said some weeks back, I like the kind of rivalry between both of them. For me, it's positive, and when it is a positive rivalry, I see them fighting it, grinding it out. He's going to go to the wire.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you want to add something?
I think these guys on Dream might just be his obsession with Rosberg. That just because even before the practice, it was all about not what, just as Simi said, not what he was capable of doing, but what the other person would not do. But I think that would just be his greatest undoing.
Okay, let's briefly take after the World Cup, when you depend on your performance, either they go to the airport, greet you, dance with you. In some place they pelt you with tomato and pepper, rotting tomato, But then let us see after the World Cup, some teams have gone back home. Nigeria is back. Let's just take a run, see what happened in Chile. Let's happen in Algeria, US, and we'll come back to Nigeria.
Mr. Secretary of Defense!
We try every game to play with heart, and we was focused, and we tried to make this country proud of that, what we're doing, and so I hope everything was okay, and the people, they can be proud of us.
That's not tough. That's what I do. That's what I get paid to do. So it was a good game. In the end, we almost got a chance to stay in it with the late goal, but it wasn't meant to be.
I'll show that to Allie. She says she misses you.
You know, I think we did very well. You know, people have to dissect that and make of it what they will. We're proud of what we did, and I think really that's all that matters.